there. And I've taken some extra supplies. I've abused telephone privileges. I've cheated the time clock now and then. But I became a Christian a few months ago, and it's real, not the smoke and mirror stuff. In gratitude for what Christ has done for me and in obedience to him, I want to make amends to you and the company for the wrong I've done. So could we figure out a way to do that? If you have to fire me for what I've done, I'll understand. I deserve it. Or if you want to dock my pay, dock it by whatever figure you think is appropriate. If you want to give me some extra work to do on my own time, that would be okay too. I just want to make things right with God and between us. Well, things did work out, but you know, when that business owner was sharing that story, he said that was one of the events in his life that made such a deep spiritual impact than any other conversation he had with a Christian, right? And that's a true story, right? And I'm just like wondering, how many of us would be willing to do that? To be willing to risk our job and say, I'm so sorry, I did these things. You know, I was dumb for doing these things, but I did it. If you want to fire me, that's okay. You know, I just want to be right between you and God and me. Right? Would we be willing to say something like that? That's what we're talking about when we're talking about being authentic. Right? So often people outside the church look at it, you're like, man, you do what we do too. You cheat, but you know, you act like it's all okay. Right? You don't confess it. You don't live the way that you say you should live. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So are we genuinely convinced that if we, you know, what we believe in is true and that we should practice accordingly? Right? That's kind of the first component to being potent, living an authentic life. The second one is being compassionate. Are we people of compassion? You know, this is such an important thing. And this has been a lesson that the Lord has been drilling into me over and over again. Someone once said, compassion is love in action. You know, when you look at Jesus' life, he was an example of compassion, right? All these people around him, and his heart just broke for them. But he didn't just say, oh, I feel so bad